This is an Oklahoma Votes election update.
Good evening. We want to give you the latest election results from today's primary election. And certainly one thing a lot of folks are watching tonight is State Question 788, the potential legalization of medical marijuana in Oklahoma.
Let's get right to those results. Right now you can see the yes vote gaining a little bit at 56% of the vote compared to 44% no votes. That's with 75% of the precincts reporting. And this has been a pretty consistent outcome or result, so to speak, as those results have been coming in through.
Advantage throughout the night. News on 6's Amy Kaufman is live at a watch party at the Circle Cinema in Tulsa tonight. And Amy, I know folks there are very excited.
Yes, Terry and Craig, people here are very excited with the 75% of precincts voting. Some people had moved over to another watch party, but we still have some people here here at the Circle Cinema, as you can see behind me. But many supporters here tell me they're just feeling very confident about this vote and very proud of that turnout that they had here. There were hundreds and hundreds of people here. But here at the watch party earlier tonight, I spoke with several people. One was a stage 4 cancer survivor who had to travel to Colorado to get help. He has been in remission for 4 years, but I also spoke with a family who is just hoping this to pass tonight because of their son, Carver. He suffers from a rare brain disorder that causes him to have seizures, and they say that legalizing medical marijuana could mean, big things for him. But here at this watch party tonight, we've just got tons of people who really, really want this to pass. I also spoke with some opponents earlier today who who just think it could cause some problems for Oklahoma, but we'll continue to bring you updates here on the CW and on News on 6. Live on the scene, on the story in Tulsa, Amy Kaufman, News on 6.
All right, Amy, thank you very much. Another big race. Looks like we're going to have a lot of runoffs, the race for Republican governor.
It's very tight tonight. A quick look at the leaders. Former Oklahoma City Mayor Mick Cornett, 28%, in a very tight contest between Todd Lamb and Kevin Stitt. It's going to go down to the wire at this point. Now 80% of the precincts reporting.
And we want to say Drew Edmondson has already been declared the winner on the Democratic primary in the gubernatorial race. Of course, we are going to be here throughout the evening. Stick with News on 6, the News on 6 app, newson6.com. We got you covered in a number of ways.
We'll see you soon.
And our campaign coverage continues right now. We're following the primaries for the first congressional district, which covers Tulsa County, Wagner County, Washington counties, parts of Creek and Rogers County. And
no surprise, it looks like this is also going to a runoff. We have 66% of the precincts in on this race. Tim Gilpin is at 35%. This is for the Democrats. Tim Gilpin at 35%, Amanda Douglas at 32%, and Gwendolyn Fields at 20% right now.
That's with 66% of the precincts reporting. Let's go to the Republican side. Another very close race tonight. Tim Harris, former Tulsa County District Attorney, at 28%. Kevin Hern, 23%, local Tulsa business owner. Looks like those are the two vote getters, at least right now, with 66% of the precincts reporting.
Yes, and absolutely. It looks like whatever happens between those two with Kevin Hern and Andy Coleman, it'll be going to a runoff. Nathan Dahm, former state legislator, or current state legislator, actually, 20% of the vote, and Danny Stockstill with 8% of the vote in that race.
And News on 6's Amy Slanchik is live at Kevin Hern's watch party tonight. Amy, what's the latest?
Craig and Terry, Kevin Hern hasn't been in the room here at his watch party for about the past 20 or 30 minutes. We haven't seen him. I actually asked his campaign manager if he could speak with us on camera, and they declined an on-camera interview. But I spoke to him about 8:30 and asked him about Tim Harris's lead above him, and he said that he attributes that to Tim Harris's time at the Tulsa County District Attorney's Office. As you may know, Tim Harris served as the Tulsa County DA for 16 years, and so Kevin Hern attributed the lead to name recognition, but certainly looking like a very tight race between who will go on to a runoff with Tim Harris is what it's looking like. And so supporters here are excited about that if this goes on to a runoff, that it looks like it'll be Tim Harris and Kevin Hern. So supporters here are excited about that, but again, Kevin Hern has declined to speak with us on camera, at least for now. Reporting live on the scene, on the story in Tulsa, Amy Slanchik, News on 6.
Well, former Tulsa County DA Tim Harris did start advertising late in this race, but as Amy pointed out, his message, he's run a lot of races here in Tulsa County, and that name recognition does seem to be paying off with voters.
And here's what he had to say to News on 6's Sawyer Bussey.
You run in these races, you run to win, right? And so, you know, I'm very humbled that the voters of the 1st District think enough of me to cast these amount of votes. Those that have supported me financially, and the crowd that is here tonight, I'm very humbled because it's my desire to be a public servant, to be a voice for the people.
And we understand, this is breaking news just told to us by our producer, the AP has just called state question 788. It has passed
for the
Oklahoma
yes side
tonight. The use of medical marijuana, 82% of the precincts reporting. The AP is calling that race. 56% of voters said yes, 44% no.
So there will be a lot of work to be done. Governor Fallin has already said she intends to call a special session of the legislature if this state question passes. So it looks like there will be a lot ahead on this issue for Oklahoma.
All right, we're going to get back to that congressional race. We've talked about the candidates Andy Coleman and Kevin Hern. Actually, tonight there are only about 300 votes right now that separate those two candidates who are in a very tight race right now to maybe go to a runoff with
Kevin Hern.
No,
Harris. Tim Harris.
I'm sorry, Tim Harris.
Yes, there we go. All right, News on 6's Taylor Newcomb just talked with him. Here's what he had to say.
If we win with a team I want to win with, and we won in the right way. If we don't win, that's okay. I'm confident that God has had us surface out of that quiet work, helping persecuted Christians for his own good reasons. But we competed with the right team, so I'm very happy to lose with that team and to have done it in the right way.
But again, just a few hundred votes, you know, anything can happen.
Yes,
we still have a lot
right.
of precincts yet to come in tonight.
That's true. And he's from Owasso, so we don't know if those Owasso precincts are out, so that could make a difference.
And election results continue to pour in again from across the state.
We'll check in on one of the most heated contests of the campaign, the race for Republican nomination for Attorney General.